Let's review some of the modern coins that were sold at this year's fun US Coins Signature Auction. We'll start off with a special Sacagawea dollar coin. On April the 5th in the year 2000, there were 5,000 special Sacagawea dollars presented to Glenna Goodacre in payment for her design for the Sacagawea dollar obverse. These coins were specially made with a non-cameo proof-like finish. They are today known as the Goodacre presentation coins, and are viewed as a separate issue from the proof or business strike coins of the same design and date. This example is graded as SP69 from PCGS and was sold at auction for $2,640. So here we have a proof Eisenhower dollar from the San Francisco Mint in 1973. The coin was struck out of color multiple times to create this broad struck and multi-struck coin. Due to the multiple strikes, the image on the coin is actually really good, but the rim has expanded well beyond its intended diameter. Graded by NGC as proof 69 Ultra Cameo, this proof error coin passed over the auctioneer's block for a price of $2,880. Okay, so bear with me as this one gets a bit complicated, but throughout 1965, 1964 dated quarters and half dollars were being struck on 90% silver planchettes. 1965 dated quarters were being struck on clad planchettes, and 1965 dated half dollars were being struck on 40% silver planchettes. This error coin is a 1964 dated half dollar coin struck on a clad quarter-dollar planchet, making for one truly fascinating transitional error coin. Graded by NGC as MS64, it was sold by auction's close for $5,040. So here's an inexplicably strange coin, a 1980 Denver Mint Lincoln cent that was struck on a silver planchet weighing only 2.1 grams, which is less than either the clad or 90% silver dime. The weight or composition also don't match any of the foreign coins that the US Mint was creating at the time. So where did this silver blank come from, and how did this peculiar coin get created? NGC did, however, slab this error as MS62, and at auction it fetched a gleaming purse of $6,300. When the Kennedy half dollars were being released in 1964, a small number of proof coins were struck from an altered or recut obverse die, where the details in the hair was seemingly strengthened just above the ear. Rather inexplicably, there was also a missing bottom serif on these coins, on the eye of Liberty. This example of this popular variety coin was graded by PCGS as proof 68 Deep Cameo and sold at auction for $6,840. In the year 2000, the US Mint ran a promotion alongside General Mills to include a number of the new Sacagawea dollars and 2000 dated pennies in boxes of Cheerios. Soon afterwards, collectors noticed that these Cheerios dollars, as they commonly became known, were from a different hub than the regular circulating coins. The best way to spot the difference is to look at the details on the tail feathers, where the Cheerios coin was more finely detailed when compared to the normal coin. This example is one such coin. Graded by PCGS as MS68, it was sold at auction here for $8,400. A fantastic variety coin makes its appearance next. This is a 1970 large date doubled obverse Lincoln penny. The strongest doubling to be found on this coin is to be seen on the letters of In God We Trust, where the doubling is seen strongly towards the west, although further doubling is also seen elsewhere on the coin as well. This stunning example was graded by PCGS with a grade of MS66 red, and when the auction closed, it had sold for no less than $10,800. Next up is a bizarre error coin. Well, technically, I suppose a pair of error coins, as this is in fact a mated pair of Lincoln cent planchettes that were struck simultaneously in between a pair of Eisenhower dollar proof dies. The pair are adjacent, but do not actually overlap each other. No date appears either, but the sharply defined Type 3 reverse suggests that the issue was either a 1973S or a 1974S. Graded in a twin slab by NGC as proof 67 red and brown, this unusual pair was sold at auction for the sum of $18,000. Next up was one of the 1,945 2020 West Point Mint 1-ounce gold eagles with this special V75 privy mark, minted to commemorate 75 years since the end of the Second Great World Conflict in 1945, slabbed in a first day of issue Iwo Jima style holder from PCGS. The coin graded as proof 70 deep cameo and sold at auction for $19,200. In 1965, the US Mint stopped making proof sets for a few years and replaced them with the Special Mint sets or SMS sets from 1965 to 1967. But in the early 1990s, a number of coins, generally thought to have come from the estate of former Mint director Ava Adams, which all had a distinct SMS finish, but they were all dated as 1964, something for which no official record exists. This is one of those 1964 SMS cents, graded by PCGS as SP67 red, and sold here at auction for $19,200. With a reported mintage of 424 pieces, although we don't know how many of these were invariably melted down in the early 1980s after the gold price skyrocketed. The large diameter 1976 National Bicentennial Gold Medal, celebrating life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, had a diameter of 76 millimeters or 3 inches. This surviving example, marked as number 396, is today graded by NGC as MS65 proof-like, and at auction was able to sell for the price of $60,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch a video about the Lincoln cents that were also sold at the same auction right here next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.